I'm back with a very quick tutorial, I promise. Okay, so topic of this exercise. We will turn this leg into this leg. Particularly, what I will show you is how we can remove certain elements, for example, these rounded edges, these rounded areas, and then rebuild the edges and faces cleanly in SketchUp. That is a very good exercise and skill to know how the geometry and lines in SketchUp internally are built. So surely you come into the situation, and you will. Definitely when you have to repair a model, you know what's going on. Very good. So I will delete this version. This file you can download. The link is inside the description of the video. Let's make a copy. Option key. I will bring this one over to there. Very nice. And this I will hide for the moment. Very nice. Good. Right click and explode. And there we are. So let's take a look at first what we have. A face, a face, a face. Nah, it's not a face, that's actually an area. Area, face, face, edges, more edges. Okay. So looks like there are certain elements we can touch, and they're also kind of like these lines. These lines are defining the transition between one area to the next area. Also here, flat to the round. But there's no line, and there's also no line. So you might actually not be aware of what we see here, but when we click this, this is actually not just one element. SketchUp groups this visually for us together into one area, but this is made out of many, many small polygon faces. So polygon face, why don't I see them? Let's with the mouse triple click and look at that. There now you can see all these dashed lines are edges of individual faces which do not have a very sharp angle to each other. You know, this is kind of soft, and then here we have a sharp edge, same here. So there you can see here we have kind of like horizontal and then vertical faces. Same here. Because on the front, this is just, this was like a straight line which we rounded. We only have vertical faces. Here we only have like vertical faces, but because this bends or arcs, we have individual segments. Very good. Okay, another way to actually see this, we can go to Window and then Soften Edges. Select everything. And when you turn this on and off, you can actually show all the edges really. Now all these edges are actually sharp. So, so sharp means the shading is not soft. When I select all this and turn this smooth normal on and then maybe bring this over, now you can see how only truly really sharp edges we actually see. The other edges are gone. Okay, very good. So let's undo everything till we see all this. And in the next step, oh, interesting, I have to explode one more time. Very good. Let's delete all these faces here. We really don't need. So I shouldn't have said face because we're not necessarily deleting a face, we're actually deleting an area. And then this face up here I can delete. This definitely I can delete. I will zoom in here and then with the mouse key, that's actually important. Click right to left, selects everything and that is touching the selection, but click and then left to right only selects what is really inside the selection. So this way, as you can see, it's very easy to only select these arcs. This is here a little bit more tricky, so I will be kind of very careful with what I select. Delete all this. So let's actually go undo one time, and I will first delete this and delete this. When I delete this face, that is good, and delete this face, that's also good. I keep then actually these lines. Good. What happens when I drag over? This is actually pretty good. All these arcs and these lines here are gone too. That's fine. And then let's go to the bottom. Be gone, go and go. Yeah. Okay, good. Now we have pretty much only linear elements left. So let's take a look at what we can do. This is really important now that we are very disciplined in when we move a line. We're not going at crazy directions, but this line should go straight down. So I press the up arrow key. And obviously I want this one to stop at the same height where this point is. Very good. And then from there, I can continue drawing a line and escape. Let's do the same one more time. Click on this point. I press the up arrow key to only go down along the z-axis, since this is actually straight vertical, and then I can click onto here as a snapping target. I continue drawing. This is actually along the y-axis. Click. Good. Hey, look at that. I actually get a face. Really nice. Interesting. Good. Can do the same here. This time we do this more horizontal. This is now the right arrow key. Click and escape. Right arrow key, snap, click, and that is filled. You see, it's actually not really complicated. So what we're doing here is essentially filling in the missing lines. And the moment SketchUp actually detects that the shape is closed, it will fill in the face for us. There. Now the ground is filled. Cool. We have actually here now this corner point, which I can select and draw down to there. You have to be careful that I really go to the end point and not somewhere on the edge. There, very good. Very nice. Now then I can delete these lines here in between. If I want, I can be a little bit more clean up later too. So if you actually draw a rectangle and the face does not pop up, then what means is from the side, the rectangle you drew is actually not planar. That's very important to understand. Very good. So how do we continue? You can see that this is actually here at an kind of like at an angle. So maybe here I have kind of like this line, and I can, you see, based on how I move the mouse, at one point this line looks magenta. Magenta means this line is being drawn tangent to this black line, or I'm actually extending it. So I'm going to extend it a little bit, and then here, this is the line, which I also would like to extend. And there it cuts. Oh, look at that. See that? Filled it in. Cool. Let's do the same one more time. Here for this, I go up. There's the extension. Click and escape. Select the right line here. Go over and click there. There's this black line with the eraser. I can simply remove this. Very good. Beautiful. Now, I will do the following. So I have this line here. Okay, so I would like this line to just go up, but I have nothing to snap to. I have nothing to like extend. How can I rebuild this corner line? Well, we have actually these two lines and I fill this. Okay, very nice. So now here I will extend and escape, click this line and extend along the y-axis, press escape. And nope. The idea was actually good, however, not really correct. So I, this line here, see this one? I will actually copy. So I select this edge, move command, copy this one and copy it to there. Very good. Now the same thing, I go to the other side, move and copy and bring it to there. So instead of drawing this line by hand to the correct length, I simply copied these small fragments and pasted them to there. And now I can go to the endpoint and endpoint and endpoint to endpoint. And you see here the two faces are filled in. That's perfect. That tells me that this face is really planar. Awesome. So because this plane is planar, these two elements, you know, I can remove. I don't really need them. And also here, this I will remove. And this one. Yeah. Okay, very good. So, because now I have literally everything I need. This will be horizontal. And then this here will be tangent. Cluck. There we are. Again, this just has to be horizontal and tangent or extend. Draw. And a little bit of cleanup. This edge we can remove. This edge we can remove. And yeah, there we are. You see actually quite good. Now to double check, ideally when I click on an edge, like here, I want this to be from one point to the other point and not any type of fragments. So this is also good. SketchUp does this normally fully automatically. So what you do not want is like you have there a piece and then there a piece. And when I select this now, yeah, you see now this is two segments. So to fix this, you see I removed these two edges. That removes the two faces, but I simply put in a new clean edge and then it puts the faces back. That's actually really well solved in SketchUp, how it does that automatically. Very good. So that basically concludes everything what I wanted to show with this demo or exercise, how we can remove various details of a geometry, like these rounding elements, and then via kind of like basic three-dimensional drafting, redraw our edges, and then SketchUp will refill the faces automatically for us.